How much have I said to you? What did you know? Bro,
that's all I know.
Swallow, then talk.
The thing I can't remember is...
I am trying to upset him, but I'm stabbing around in the dark. Coming up with amazing, interesting questions, very prompting conversation. Hello, I've got borderline. I think I've got borderline personality disorder.
Call me crazy. I feel like that's totally nuts, okay?
Yeah. I can't imagine him saying, yeah, you can show it to Augie if you want. Augie will accept me. Once again, proving the exact point I made to you earlier. So last night, Bowblax was having a total mental breakdown as he was grappling with the realization that everyone had seen the picture of him in a dress. But Connor, who he had sent the picture to, did he delete this tweet? He did, didn't he? Oh my... Where do I get the tweet from? Did Nick repost it? I really should have found this, shouldn't I? I'm seething. I'm seething. I'm seething already. I'm seething. I'm molding. Thank you. I've just seen a alert go off. Thank you. Thank you, Ali Khan. Ali Khan. Stopping me from seething at the last moment. Listen, I'm a fraud. I outsource A-logging, okay? I don't do any work myself. Okay. So last night, Bobby posted this tweet. Seething about Connor. Thank you for the $5, Chaotic. Quixotic, Chaotic. Bobby needs to address the picture soon. So true. So true. Larry's trying to steal your swag. What do you mean? Anyway, Bobby posted this tweet. Connor at RealX8 is such a piece of shit, man. We worked on content together, talking to each other daily for most of 2024 and became good friends. He started asking about how I was doing. I was very comfortable with him since we talked so much I felt safe to come out to him as non-binary. I then showed him an image of me in a dress with one of my IRL queer friends to let him know people IRL accepted me and give him an idea of my gender. I deleted it after he replied for safety reasons, but last night the existence of this leaked. Apparently Connor has shown a bunch of my ex-friends the image despite me deleting it quick and him knowing I didn't want anyone else to know about the image. He had to have screenshotted it instantly and lied to my face for weeks as he continued to pretend to be my friend. I'm sorry. You sent a picture of you in a dress. Not even a dress. It's like a... I don't even know. Apparently it's like a skirt or something. To Augie's roommate. To Augie's roommate. Why? What? How did you think this was going to go? You thought no one was going to find out about this? Stop. 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 So I've heard about the dress, I think. I heard about it, I think, from Aiden. I think I heard about it from Aiden. Or I thought it was in the gender vlogs, but I guess it wasn't. Because I was speaking to Aiden at one point. I was asking him about the gender vlogs, because he said he'd seen them. And he wasn't giving me much info, but I seem to remember coming away with that, thinking that there was a dress involved. But that was only like within the last month or so. That was very recent. Obviously, back when the first conversation happened. When was that?
Fair enough. So, you know, like... So what you're saying...
It was like 3 months ago. Early September, I think, right? Early September or late August, I think. Well, we've got a clip from that stream, obviously, that I'm going to play as part of my victory lap here. Critical Shogun here, posting my huge W. I'm glad someone else did it, so I didn't have to go on Twitter and do it myself. We'll just watch this clip from the original Bowblax confrontation.
I don't want to see you in
a dress, Bowblax. I don't want to see you in a dress, okay, Bowblax?
Yeah, that's what you're getting at. You're getting...
So obviously I was right. I was right, okay? I was right. I don't need to spell it out for you guys. I was right. I called it. Okay, and it was very funny, and we've got some replies here. So someone says, Nick was probably shitting himself thinking someone had leaked something to Kuihman, lol. And then Nick replied here, this is not a probably. I thought for sure someone said something. It turned out it wasn't the case. It was a total guess, but I was stunned in the call. So it was just really funny because I had like very little information. And I called like, I think several, I can't remember what else was said in that call, but I'm pretty sure there were several things that I called. The childhood abuse stuff was part of it, I feel like. The mortgage stuff. I was pressing back being able to afford his mortgage and getting a house next to train tracks. I feel like there was other stuff. I feel like there were other W's. I'm not going to sit here and go over all of them anyway. I just want to talk about... so it was really funny because the moment that call ended, basically Chud leaves the call. And who was there? So it was Bowblax, me, Nick, Chud, I think Smaggle, right? Yeah, I'm kind of like Neo in the Matrix. I'm sort of like Dr. House. I'm sort of like Sherlock. Yeah, exactly. I'm like Light Yagami from the hit anime Death Note. I'm like, yeah, all of those. Exactly, guys. Thank you. It was like me, Nick, Smaggle, Bowblax, and Chud. And so Bowblax is gone, Chud leaves, and it's just me, Nick, and Smaggle left in the call. I immediately just burst out laughing. I'm just like fucking laughing about it. And Nick is just like, how much have I said to you? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, how much? Like, what did you know? I'm just like, I think the only thing you've said to me is that he had a bit of a meltdown and you guys have been... He like implied that Bowblax had a meltdown at some point and that their friendship was kind of rough. But they didn't know what was going on with them, was basically what I got. But it was incredible because Nick was just like absolutely fucking terrified. He had just said that like in like a J-Stock VC after stream one night. When he's had his edibles, when Mr. Lips has had his edibles, and he's feeling himself late at night, starts saying shit. But no, he hadn't actually said anything particularly incriminating. Now, do we want to watch some of the TommyC VOD from tonight? Jesus Christ. I have like a Pavlov's dog response to some of these intros, man. Where I just want to like, you know, maul. It's like the maul command. This is my maul command, okay? I'm Pavlov trained to maul when I hear this noise. Okay. Dark mode.
Keep telling me to get me.
What I knew about Bowblax in a dress. Yeah, that's the title here. This old man tweaking. This old man tweaking. So I saw a bit of it earlier. I actually, literally, I tuned in. I switched over from Chud's stream to Tommy's because I saw he was live. I tuned in right at the moment where he was talking about me. Well, I was the topic. And I was like, oh, wow, they're talking about me. Oh, wow. And it was quite funny. I won't spoil anything. We'll watch some of this VOD. I might skip through a bit. Yeah, I got spidey sense, narcissist senses. My narcissist senses were tingling. Someone's talking about me somewhere. Anyway, let's watch some of this.
Kite wrote me in the middle of it. It's like, are you filming Dresden? You know, are you in Dresden right now? It looked like bombing. It did. It was so insane. So go check it out. I think I still haven't posted. But,
these people suck.
It's pretty good. I obviously I've known about the dress thing for some time, and I think you guys would be a little surprised to know. I guess that's what Chud said about it. And
he's so in the know, guys. He's so part of the gang. He's so on the team, guys. He knew about the dress thing for ages because he's on the team.
Because it's kind of like the worst kept.
Because he's on the team with all these 20-year-old men.
In the commentary community, I don't know too many people. You know, here's the thing, and I'm not giving how I know. My close friend Nick the Oreo. Where, when, and how, and I've never seen the picture, and I don't think most people. My internet nephew Nick the Oreo. Did anybody say this?
Never seen the picture myself.
You never seen the picture?
Yeah,
you see the about Jeannie? You see it? Throw the picture. I have it.
His volume is low compared to yours. Good. That means I can talk over him freely. But I will turn up a little.
It's going to get twisted in to everybody in commentary is a total bastard. But the thought at the time, if I remember correctly, and I'm simply going by memory, this stuff broke, I think, in between the point where I was approached and told that, you know, Bowblax really suffering. But that suffering turned out to be a bunch of horseshit. It was the BP, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember if that's the case, if I heard about that at the same time or just after. Like, just after I got home from Spain. I don't know how relevant that is. But here's the thing.
Just wait.
Here's what I do remember. When it was found out, and I was pretty sure it was real, everybody was talking about making videos on Bowblax, doing streams on Bowblax. Everybody was really, really pissed off at him at the time. This is even before the whole TommyC pills things, which is the kind of thing that put me over the ass. And it's like, you know, I gave what I...
God, what is this guy even fucking talking about? He's just like, bro, no one cares about the fucking gay TommyC pill shit. Talk about the dress.
He comes up and he apologizes to me over the Mama Mac stuff. He's told me everything's been good a million freaking times.
He's drunk. Well, no change there then. Figure it out.
Gladly feast on my corpse if I screwed up somehow, right? Tommy, do you have a picture? No, I don't think anybody has it. I don't even know who's seen it. I don't know who's seen it except other than I guess Connor, who admitted he saw it. I never had a conversation with Connor about it. And he's... You know what? I'm gonna go right to your tweet, Matt. And this is probably I have this. You know, Matt really hit it. Like, let's be real. If Augie sent a Bowblax a picture of him in dress, Bowblax would be screenshotting the fuck out of it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, and that's 100% true. And that's why I don't feel that bad. It's just, I'm sorry. I don't feel that bad about the whole thing. Oh, what happened to my thing?
Yeah, I literally don't know what he's saying on 2X.
No. Did I delete it? No.
His mic is really bad.
Yeah,
why is that Tyrone the birth controller? Is his mic better than Tommy's?
No. They deleted it? No. No.
Dude, Bowblax fucking hacked the chat.
It is. It's fucking Tyrone the birth controller has a better mic than Tommy on his own show.
Yeah, Bowblax hacked chat.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
Is that core? Was that re-core?
It's bizarre. I didn't pick that up. I'm gotten the.
You gotta let the balls breathe, you know. Yeah. By the way, the official Kevin Blanco is.
Yeah, I know he's back. He's come back out of nowhere.
Back,
I'm so happy to see him. That sucks. And chat's not like
big fan.
Big fan. Big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, I literally find ZV easier to listen to than Tommy.
Good in the hood. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what this awful scene that Tommy has is, where he puts his fucking like overlay thing at a slant. This looks terrible. It's just difficult to look at.
I don't know why this isn't popping. Connected. Good in the hood. There we go. So when I heard about it, it was the people I know who knew about it, the ones that told me about it. No one's ever going to believe this, but it happened. It was as mad as everybody was with Bowblax, as much as everybody wanted to expose him. It was kind of agreed on universally that everybody was leaving that one off the list. That it was just too much. And as much as you might all see us as like right-wing lunatics, at least some of us. Like,
wait, why we bring up being right-wing lunatics now?
Everybody was leaving that one off the list. That it was just too much. And as much as you might all see us as like right-wing lunatics, at least some of us, like most of us right-wing lunatics don't think it's wrong to expose somebody for their sexuality, and I'm one of them. I just no, it was a bridge too far. There was enough there to get out there. There was enough backstabbiness. Whether he wore his dress or not really didn't affect anything.
Okay,
it didn't change,
great.
One thing. I have to be honest with you though. I do
fucking do not eat on stream, you pig.
It shouldn't come out.
What the fuck, man?
It shouldn't come out. I think it was a bridge too far. Like I said, the feeling at the time is it was too much. But if it came out, it came out.
And he's talking with his fucking mouth full, man.
He put himself in this position. He's put himself in all these positions. Forget about it. We'll go ahead and put a little bit right here.
Bro,
that's all I know.
Swallow, then talk.
The thing I can't remember is when I first heard it, I think.
Yeah, and yes, like tip his head up like a bird to get the fucking food down his gullet.
It was before I heard about the TommyC's bills and all the backside of the BPD, and I was like, it was nothing but, from my perspective, is he gonna be okay? That's what happened. I've never seen it. I never asked to see it. He was
dude, he's fucking sticking his fingers in his mouth and shit, bro. What is going on?
Is he gonna be okay? That's what happened. I've never seen it.
It's a 2-hour stream. It's a 2-hour stream. Just wait.
He was kind of considered, don't touch this. And the weird thing is, and this point, there are some people that knew about it that absolutely hate him, that were A-logging him, and still didn't do it, which shocked the shit out of me. I can't believe it's taking this long. I really can't. I mean, you guys all know it, right?
Yeah, I knew of it. I think like there was people you wouldn't want to know that knew, like you said.
And they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They didn't do anything. So this is one thing I want to point out in the commentary community. Like,
right, he just like cannot stop talking with his fucking mouth full, man.
That's for shit. And a lot of us have no problem with eating each other. Bowblax is one of those guys, absolutely for sure. But for some strange reason, this whole thing was kind of cut on the DL. You're right. Connor's such a piece of shit. We worked on content, talking to each other daily for most of 2024, and became good friends. Well, you guys became. I mean, you guys were good for years, I thought. He started asking me about how he's doing. I was very comfortable with him because we talked so much, and I felt it was safe to come out. I then showed him an image of me in a dress. It sort of reminds me of like what Bowblax said to me, like because I was goofing on his autism, and he said to me, you know, I kind of regret telling everybody else.
They would have found out eventually. Like Jesus.
Yeah, they were on. Yeah.
Because this is the most retarded thing I've ever heard. Like, hey, you know, I'm in this community where everybody makes fun of people being retards and doing crazy things like dressing up in a dress.
Yeah.
How about I send a picture of myself in a dress?
If we wanted Bowblax in a dress, I can always send him an old maid outfit and totally lost a bet and had to wear on the street.
I don't have a photo. I've never even seen the photo. I do not have access to the photo or the gender vlogs. I never have. Literally, I've asked. Okay, I've been like, please let me see the gender vlogs. Release the gender vlogs. I've tried.
Funny. Let's see. Connor of all people, like I don't know, like aren't Audie and Connor like kind of right-wing religious people?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a better chance to
they're busy with Bible studies. I mean, like Connor and Nagi are busy with fucking Bible studies instead of like being worried about the non-binary community.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of these
like on the off tails of Keffels.
No,
if like the timelines match, this is like on the off tails of the whole Keffel stuff.
I don't tell my news team everything, but the reason I told Ginny is, and because I was absolutely sure this wouldn't last 48 hours before it came out somewhere or one other. I was like, just keep your eyes on it, let me know so I can prepare to deal with it, you know. And I felt pretty sure at the time that was before the TommyC pills thing. Before I saw that, I was more like, maybe we'll cut him a break, you know. Like,
bro, what is he? He just like talks around in circles in like fucking half sentences with his mouth full. How does anyone watch this? It's so crazy.
I'm gonna make goofing on gay stuff and transgender stuff, but not with like any kind of malice or hate. It's just, you know, and funny stuff. I then showed him his dress. One of my IRL queer friends, to let him know that IRL people, I guarantee when he saw that Bowblax, I deleted it after I replied for safety reasons. It's like that. Oh, it's gets dark. 19 bucks. Kevin's crew Bowblax. You know what the weird thing is? Like, there's. I've talked about this before. There was a what was it called?
I feel like I don't understand English right now. TommyC legitimately makes me feel that way. It's crazy. He's so incoherent.
A commercial about posting stuff on the internet when I was in the army. I think it was made by the army. Warn the brats, don't do that. So there's a girl, teenage girl, and she's in a swimsuit, right? And then she goes up to the school bulletin board. She posts it there. She looks at it. She goes, nah, not a good idea. And she goes to pull the picture off the bulletin board, right? And then all the kids start coming. It's there. And the last scene, like the creepy chat. Great commercial. I should find it. I think it was an army commercial. Yeah, it's not that was a really good commercial. Yeah.
Is it army commercial? Like join the army now?
No,
that you can be.
We have our own. I'm sorry, I should have. Like the army, what was it? The army network, like the military network. We all get like free. Yeah. No matter where you are in the world, you get free. Well, no, if you're overseas. If you're in Korea or Germany, Japan.
Okay,
Europe,
why is he talking about fucking cable now? Okay, shut up, man.
To be clear, I only ever showed one other person.
I've got this on 1.5. I've got this on 1.5. There's no way I could stomach it on normal. We'll try and put it on 1.25, see if he's a bit more comprehensible.
Who could that be?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Connor. You know.
Yeah.
In fairness, the one person
We'll skip through. We'll start skipping through.
All he had to do is just put the phone over like a couple inches.
Yeah,
like,
and then shut it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick up with Bowblax. He shouldn't have showed a picture if he was really using it. I think Connor.
Can you say that without the mouthful of food?
But whatever. Again, Bowblax would have done it to him, you know, and it wouldn't have mattered. It's pretty clear by his, yeah. We wouldn't even, no hesitation. Remember
how self-absorbed do you have to be for YouTube suggested videos to recommend your own stream? Okay.
When I got in trouble with Amory, and he's like, "How did I miss this?" You know,
new Twitter versus.
Yeah, I mean, like he did the same thing with LT Cobra, right? Back in the day.
Yeah,
immediately. He had like dropped a video, TommyC versus LT Cobra.
Yeah,
or something like immediately.
Yeah. He didn't sweep for anybody because he was backstabbing little prick, just like I told everybody in 2019. You know, we just kind of tolerated that. You know, most of these people.
I was watching a man eat on Discord this show. I was confused with you, CJ. Honestly,
I have no part in spreading it more than that. Josh could have at least reached out to me. I mean, so what? You showed somebody. It was whatever. I don't think you.
Dude, he's getting it fucking stuck in his beard. Look at dude.
He owes you that.
Dude, this is so nasty.
I don't think you.
Dude, what is going on? He's just like licking out of his fucking beard. What a fucking pig, dude. Holy shit.
Bowblax deleted the original post. I think I'm owed an apology. And I wish he had reached out. Oh, I owed him. Really? 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 Does Connor deserve an apology? What am I missing here? Matt? Anybody?
What?
I don't. But I think what Connor's saying is that he's owed.
No, he's no. The apology would be because Connor didn't show it to anyone except one person that he got permission to show it to.
Okay. He explicitly prison to do so. It's probably all you. All right, then I take that back on. You don't like him. Who you kidding? Who you kidding, Connor?
Bottle.
Before you judge, you try living with COPD, sleep apnea, and a permanent sinus infection. This dude has a harder time breathing than Boogie.
Thank you for the $5, Puddle. Thank you.
I mean, it goes against the Bible.
He does. He has pug genealogy. He does. He's just pug genealogy. His throat's collapsing. His face is flat and smushed together.
On the show too? Show with the salvo pancakes.
Actually, show it to Keemstar.
You showed to Keemstar. You know,
yeah,
I'm sure Keem knew that.
I'm sure Keem knew. I'm sure Keem knew.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, here's something.
Could have gotten another play button out of it.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
I don't
want to see.
I think.
Oh, here we go. It's a clip. Oh, clip of me. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
This is not the bit I saw. I saw a bit later on when Nick was on.
I don't want to see.
I think. By the way, this is being portrayed as I guess Kuihman knew it from the very beginning, and I don't know. Like, I don't know if he did or not. To be perfectly honest with you, or. I don't.
Seething.
I'd love to know.
Seething.
Months before, during the fucking what was that chat? What was that guy who was like kissing feet or some shit?
Yeah.
It was like back in May or April, May, June, something like that.
April. All right, then he did call it because that's way before it was known. Okay.
Yeah. No, this is.
I don't want to see you in a dress.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you in a dress. Okay, but like. Yeah. That's what you're getting at. You're getting.
He called it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was during the Chugga.
That was like in August. No, he knew. That was in August.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. Yeah, this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to say that I actually had info the whole time, that I was actually leaking, that I was tapping into some info that I'd had leaked to me, and was just saying it on stream. That's what he's trying to say. I didn't. Why would people tell me that shit? Obviously, I would fucking not keep that quiet. But he's so desperate. Yeah, exactly. He's hurt. He's hurt. He's afraid. He's insecure, and so he's trying to find a way around it. He's trying to just rationalize it away. He's trying to rationalize it away. He sees the conspiracy that's building against him. That's the issue here. He sees the conspiracy that's building against him. He sees that his position's shaky. What do you mean didn't he say if? He said if it was in like August or September, then I knew. But it was in August or September. I didn't know. He sees the conspiracy that's building against him. Everyone's colluding against him because he's a right-winger. Because everyone else is a lib now. And he's a right-winger. So everyone hates him. And they're all coming for him. They're all coming for him. It's like his worst nightmare. Okay? It's like he should be really afraid. We're coming for you and we have shot turned against you. Dude.
No, this was during the Chugga Conway drama. This was before Bowblax's weird crash out and everything. Fucking Kuihman just fucking Babe Ruthed it, just pointed up in the stands and called a shot and just home run over center field.
Too funny. Too funny. Yeah. Well, he's autistic. It's too easy. I'm not gonna give him a Josh. What's his name? Gibson. Well, of course.
Hey, can I?
Regardless, I recall that you tell or show. You know why he said show Augie? Because he knew Augie was going to see it anyway.
Yeah, roommates.
You know, maybe Josh. Now I'm thinking about it, maybe Josh does owe him an apology because if he showed it, like this is kind of Josh line because if he told Connor to show it, that means he didn't have to quick screenshot it. So Bowblax lied again. Come to think of it, now I'm thinking about it. Think about that. Bowblax said, "Here, Bowblax, what did he say? What did he say?" So I really do I owe Connor an apology for safety reasons last night. Apparently Connor has shown it. I showed him an image of a dress to queer friends. He gave me the idea. I deleted it after he replied for safety reasons. No, he didn't need to screenshot it. He did, despite I didn't want anyone else to know about the image. He had to have screenshotted it instantly. So that's a lie. Because you told me, why would you have to do that?
I support you, Kuihman, but can't consent to being one of your cloaks.
I need the cloaks, okay? I need the cloaks.
You told me to show it to somebody.
Thank you for $10 or $14. Thank you for the measly $14 too. Okay.
Smooth move, X-Lax. I don't think it'll come out either. Okay, here's something to make you feel old. The Pokemon Go kid me should finally become an adult. What he said before was applicable to cyber police. That guy's been doing legit music for years now. That Czech kid.
Yeah.
Did he get rid of that fucking snaggletooth in his mouth? I hope so. I saw the music. It's awful. Tipster. Regardless of my own business, my interest in Bowblax, it's not okay shaming and sharing info like this about somebody's gender.
Oh my god.
I also think
we don't care, man.
Don't come out half-assed, I suppose, especially in this community. That's
okay. Let's skip through.
All right, I want to point this out right here. I want to point this out. Look at the.
Oh yeah.
Because he lied. Because he lied. Yeah, I figured that. I just said that before he came on.
I want everyone to post Sonic and Moose Knuckles in chat when the Bobby dress pic comes out.
That's disgusting. That's nasty. That's disgusting. Thank you for the $5, Jimbley. Thank you. Thank you.
Because he lied.
And we all know that, like it's not a big reveal. We knew he shopped at Victoria's Secret. We knew he was non-binary. Everyone's seen the account called Bending the Binary, where he gave like a full descriptor on what he actually wanted. So Nick doing his rounds on the holiday season, gone to visit his alcoholic, decrepit uncle. Can't look after himself. Can't keep his own show running. So Nick's doing some charity.
Big black cloak, awaiting orders.
Thank you for the measly $14 bottle sucker. Thank you. Thank you. Hugely appreciate it.
And then, like, also, he said that he had long hair because he was trying to present more feminine. Like, this isn't... Nobody found out that Bowblax... I guess they found out he cross-dresses for sure, but no, people had their assumptions that was occurring already, with, like, things to point in that direction. It's not like this is a huge unveiling.
So are you undermining Kuihman's Babe Ruth point out to the park?
No, that was still way before.
Was real.
Yeah.
No,
He tried. He tried. He tried. He tried so hard.
Nobody found out that Bowblax I guess they found out he cross-dresses for sure, but no, people had their assumptions that that was occurring already, with like things to point in that direction. It's not like this is a huge unveiling.
So are you
one equals dress?
Are you undermining Kuihman's Babe Ruth point out to the park?
No, that was still way before.
That was real.
Yeah.
No, Kuihman didn't know about that.
No, he did not.
Messaging me being like, "What the fuck did you tell him?" And I'm like, I didn't tell him anything. And I started probing him after. He probably remembers this. I'm just like, so what do you know? And he's like, oh, that was a total guess, mate. I was like, oh.
Now I do. Now I know.
So you literally just.
Thanks,
I thought I played it well. You could ask him if he started suspecting anything, but he's never ever said anything like that again. So it didn't. I didn't come away from the conversation.
So it was like an ad hom. It was just calling. It was just name calling Bowblax. What he was doing.
Well, the thing is, we're talking about non-binary. We're talking about actually that was before non-binary, wasn't it?
When was that argument? Because I thought it was during the Chugga Conroy stuff. Am I wrong?
Yeah, he's trying everything. Did you wait? I just realized what he did that. Yeah, he just, dude.
Thanks.
I thought I played it well.
He's actually trying to. He's literally trying everything, dude. It's so crazy.
Now I do. Now I know.
So you literally just.
Thanks.
I thought I played it well. You could ask him if he started suspecting anything, but he's never ever said anything like that again. So it didn't. I didn't come away from the conversation.
So it was like an ad hom. It was just calling. It was just name calling Bowblax. What he was doing.
Well, the thing is, we're talking about non-binary. We're talking about actually that was before non-binary, wasn't it?
When was that argument? Because I thought it was during the Chugga Conroy stuff. Am I wrong?
The thing is, the reason why I think I brought up the idea of Bowblax being a dress, the indicator that I was going off of, was that Bowblax tweet where he was saying, the one that he posted where he said non-binary people are heckin' cool and valid or whatever. And I'd heard that tweet had caused issues. Well, I mean, everyone knew that tweet caused issues because they had a fight about it publicly, but I'd heard that fight was way worse behind the scenes. So that was the piece of information that I was acting on when I'm probing about like stuff with his sister, him being trans. It was coming from that. So it's not just ad homs. I'm working off of a small piece of information. Like it's like an educated guess, right? Yeah, I'm like, I am trying to upset him, but I'm stabbing around in the dark at sort of like places where I've got a slight reason to believe there's something to hit, you know?
That conversation where he asked him that question was like the first day when me and Bowblax were on the stream and Chud was pressing Josh.
Okay, so
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. After the Victoria's Secret stuff, it's
so
not
surprising. The Victoria's Secret stuff already leaked, no? After Kuihman's omnipotence, obvi.
I think it's more surprising that he's sending the pictures to people like Connor. I think that's the more surprising part.
I'm wrong about the timeline. So
okay, so when was that?
Like right before
we were talking about like
down.
the King of Nothing, and then Kuihman came on there and fought with him, and then Josh was acting sporadic, and it just kind of ballooned from there. But this was like this is like day one.
Yeah,
it's like like September, right? Like maybe like early September.
Well, it was September. It was September. Fucking Kuihman probably knew. Because it was all out by September, so I don't.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I don't think Kuihman knew until Chud said it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think Kuihman ever found out.
I heard from Aiden at some point in the last month about the dress. I think
is threatening her life, and all of a sudden he's gender euphoric. These may be more related than we think.
Chill. Oh, they even the $5 puddle. What the fuck? What does that mean? Chill.
Yeah, everybody behind the scenes. Everybody.
It was July, August when it was July. He probably.
I don't think Kuihman knew until Chud said it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think Kuihman ever found out.
But it was in September. But I mean, God, so many.
Yeah, everybody behind the scenes. Everybody knew.
It was July, August when it was July.
So everybody knew. Someone must have. No, I won't be speaking to these people. Okay, I'm not some water-brained 50-year-old man with nothing going on in his life, alone in a country where I don't speak the language, so I can't make any fucking friends my own age. I was some old loser who's sitting there DMing a bunch of kids online about what's going on in their social circles, okay? I keep to myself. I talk to Nick sometimes, so that's about it. I don't be talking to Connor or Augie or Alex Gekmo or any of these fucking people. What does he think's going on here?
He probably...
Except when I'm colluding and conspiring against TommyC. When I'm poisoning them against TommyC in DMs, and they're sitting there telling me all these horrible things about TommyC, all the reasons they hate him so much, and why they're going to tear him down. That's the only time I talk to any of those guys.
Called the shot of his August.
It's funny, Tipster's defending Connor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it sounds like Josh again.
Josh lied. I think he lied.
He came out, he started talking shit. Well, I think he panicked at 2 a.m. I think he found out about it and he had a fucking meltdown and he panicked, and then he woke up the next day thinking like, oh, okay, this is gonna like make me look good or whatever if I say this. And then
or maybe let me be generous. Let me be generous. Oh, I did tell him. You know, it could have been something.
Yeah,
like
it could
that.
be.
Yeah.
Very well could be the case. But again, I just think he saw Jim and Ralph's tweets and said like, oh my god.
Oh, he's going to Kiwi Farms now. He's going right down to Kiwi Farms Avenue.
He's on Kiwi Farms.
That already happened.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Already happened. But yeah.
I've been on stream. I've actually spoken to TommyC. What are you on about?
No, the fucking Jim tweet.
We had an argument.
One of the most disgusting, and I'm not like insulting Jim for saying this. I'm saying it is a grueling image in my mind.
Oh, I got it here. I got it.
Yeah, but which one do you have? There's two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get it up here. Okay. Part of the YouTube commentary community, he makes videos reading Twitter. Nick DiOrio told me the reason the pic was so funny is because Bowblax is bent over wearing panties, said shithole stables, horse stables, horse entrance only on the back, which of course he made up, right? You never said that.
Yeah, of course. That's a terrible.
No, Tommy, it's real. Like, come on.
Tommy, there is a artist rendition of the photo if you want to see it.
I think I have seen it. I think I have that.
Okay, is there anything else here? Okay, let's try the call-ins. Let's try the call-ins.
I had a question for Nick, actually.
Hear this.
Oh, they've got questions for Nick. There may be questions for Tommy. No one wants to hear what Tommy thinks.
Why are you so fat?
You're perfectly round.
I just want to.
Which stream?
What are you getting at?
I mean, it was fine. It was like 7 hours. We played a ton of COD or whatever. It was fine.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
I think I like the
Wow, great question.
A little bit more, but
how do you think that gaming stream went? Yeah, it went okay. Wow, amazing. Wow, great question, caller. Thank good fucking brain trust in the TommyC chat tonight. Coming up with amazing, interesting questions, very prompting conversation. Did you have fun gaming with your friends the other night? Yeah. Wow, thanks, man.
I had a collab stream, so it was fine.
I like when Tom got baited by the soundboard.
My favorite part is when the
thanks, leader.
Oh, my second favorite part was when Tom got baited by the soundboard of Chud. That was.
Would you like me to list out 6 or 7 of my YouTube videos that I can promote right now?
Do the mountain.
Wow. Okay, that was awful. Okay, well, I guess that's what you're saying. There's new Bobby dress drama. Brand new Bobby dress drama. Augie and Connor have replied to the allegations of them being very mean to Bowblax about his dress picture behind the scenes. So let's take a look. Let's see what they were saying.
It's the first video of the year, and we're talking about Bowblax wearing a fucking dress, okay? I mean, this has got to be, like, the worst first of the year video I think we've ever done. I mean, what the hell is even going on here?
Yeah, Bowblax has gone to Twitter and spread just total lies about myself and the commentary community. So
yeah, and it's odd too because he might actually have like something he could legitimately complain about, but he, instead of like doing that, he's put up a post where he just completely throws you under the bus, lies like 4 different times in the tweet. I'm not even sure if he's like even aware of it, right?
Okay.
Now, in fairness, he has deleted this tweet, but he
so did Connor not fuck him over? Is that what we're hearing here?
Any sort of statement, and if you guys are completely out of the clue of what's going on. Well, basically, this whole situation is some fall off from a New Year's stream that myself, Chud Logic, Nicholas DiOrio, and Turkey Tom did. We're on the stream, a bunch of crazy shit happened and was discussed, one of which being this picture from Bowblax. Apparently, Chud Logic accidentally sort of revealed the existence of a picture of Bowblax in a dress that was taken back in July amidst his giant meltdown.
Okay, you know, it is public. Not the picture itself, but it's public. There's a picture of him in a dress floating about. Wait, what?
Whoa!
Wait, what? What?
Wait
huh?
a minute now.
What?
They don't know.
What?
We never mentioned that.
What an idiot!
The worst thing you guys do. The worst thing you guys do is when you hear that somebody's going to leak something, you don't play it off as a joke. Instead, you're like, whoa! Don't talk about that.
So, just for the timeline of events here, right? Back in July, obviously, Bowblax was being very strange. He had this big fight with Nick, this big blowout fight with Nick that
a total accident, by the way.
Nick, you were there for it, and Aiden Projects were all there for, right? where Bowblax started hitting up Nick and was having a freak out because he tweeted something about how non-binary people are valid, and Tom just like left some meme reply. I wasn't even really shitting on Bowblax, but just was like memeing or something. And Bowblax took it really personally.
Yeah, so this is where I got the dress thing from. This is why I started getting around it and being trans. Non-binary people are badass and valid, by the way. Thank God you chimed in. Okay, bro, I just wanted to say something I was thinking. Like tweeting, I love pineapple on pizza. I'm not trying to virtue signal. Sucks that I can't compliment something like it becoming a big deal because it's politically and socially divisive.
But then when he DMs Nick about it, the conversation turned into this giant, like, sort of meltdown that he had, where he revealed a lot of, like, true feelings he had about Nick, myself. He felt that we weren't really his good friends anymore, that we kind of stopped talking to him, that he built my community and my YouTube channel, and he was sort of owed some sort of, I guess, praise.
Respect or something.
Yeah, respect or something. He basically just had, like, a full psychotic, schizophrenic breakdown. And it was very obvious that something very strange was going on inside of his mind. And a day later, he had a very similarly crazy meltdown in Alex Gekmo's DMs, who's just like a community follower in this.
Yeah, just a spurg in the community. Just
yeah, he has like 1,000 followers. He's just some spurg or whatever, right? Yeah. Bowblax had a full meltdown in that guy's DMs because that guy was also making tweets going after Bowblax, and Bowblax was demanding that guy to remove the tweets, and basically Alex told him to fuck off. And so then Bowblax started doxing his medical info. He was like, "I'm in the loony bin right now."
Okay, it wasn't really doxing his medical info, but he wasn't in a loony bin, was he? He went to the ER and said, "Hello, I've got borderline. I've got borderline personality disorder." They were like, "Maybe," and gave him some meds and told him to fuck off home.
Now here's my medical wristband with all my data on it.
Legal name and my everything.
Yeah, it had his full name on it. It had phone numbers on it and stuff like that. So he started like just doxing himself and saying all this crazy shit to Alex. Yeah. And obviously,
I suppose. Oh yeah, it was on his ER bracelet, the one he sent to Alex. Oh yeah, that could be true actually. Yeah, true. That would be kind of doxing your own information. Yeah. I mean, it was only in DMs to Alex Get. I mean, would you trust Alex Get with your docs info? I don't know.
He then showed this conversation to you.
Yes.
So this was around the time that Bowblax was having like his total mental breakdown. And a few days after this Alex conversation took place, you hit up Bowblax. You reached out to him. And you were like, "Hey, man, are you doing better? Are you doing okay?"
Yeah, well, basically at the time, I kind of, I caught wind of this, obviously, through you and Nick, because the meltdown was just insane. And so me and Bowblax were kind of playing games or whatever at the time, just casually, every now and then. So one time I messaged him, I said, "Hey, how are things going? Are you doing all right?" And one of those times I messaged him, he decided to give me a call, and he wanted to update me on things going on in his life. And so basically the call I had was almost one-to-one identical to the meltdown that he had with Nick DiOrio. He came out to me as non-binary on this call. He sent me...
Oh, yeah, guys, remember this? Who was posting his transition goals, and it was just break the binary person, the, like, bearded woman.
That break the binary Instagram account that he also sent to Nick DiOrio. He explained a bunch of stuff about, his identity or whatever. But on top of that, he also sent me pictures of himself, virtually unprompted, just to show me, I guess, what he looks like when he's dressed up. I don't know.
Yeah, and we'll read his explanation of events in a second here and correct it. But yeah, just unprompted, he just starts sending you, like, he starts telling you all about his, like, sexual life or something like that, right? Where it's just, he gives you all these unprompted details. You were basically doing, like, a mental health check. You were just like, "Hey, man, are you feeling better?" He's like, "Here's me an address."
Yeah, he basically...
It's like, whoa, okay, buddy, I did not ask for this.
And just before we read it, we'll read it, of course, to see what he says, but in this call, he gave me explicit permission to share any information, anything he showed to you. He said, "I don't really know how to tell Augie these kind of things. Whatever we talked about, whatever you saw, you can show Augie anything." I said, "Okay." And so I did. I shared it with you. And then he decides to go and make a tweet where he's basically just completely lying about the situation that happened between him and I. So
yeah, and I'll explain my involvement in a second, but he puts out a big statement, and again, this thing's full of lies. He starts off by saying, "Connor, Real X8 is such a piece of shit, man." Which is like, every time I read this statement, like the first sentence, he's like, "Connor is such a piece of shit, man."
Yeah, it's like a DM or something. He's just messaging someone that I'm...
This was tweeted at 1 a.m. last night, and it makes no sense to me. He says, We worked on content together, or we worked on content, talking to each other daily for most of 2024 and became good friends. He started asking about how I was doing. I was very comfortable with him since we talked so much that I felt safe to come out to him as non-binary. Now this part, you know, I don't necessarily think is that crazy for him to...
Kind of, except when you forget, if you forget the fact he like told like tons of people behind the scenes apparently.
Right.
And also he was sharing a lot of
and not in the context of the mental breakdown. If he just said that,
I think it's fine. I think that, yeah, I mean, it's obviously embarrassing, and because of Bowblax's public statements, he's kind of fucked because he went off tipster so hard for like the pansexual shit, and he said so much crazy stuff. Like, but I mean, it makes sense to like if you're non-binary, I guess tell your fucking gay friend Connor. I guess, sure, man. Why are you sending the fucking pictures, bro?
Like told like tons of people behind the scenes apparently.
Right.
And also he was sharing a lot of
and not in the context of the mental breakdown. If he just said that, it's like, okay, well, everyone on Twitter is non-binary. This would not be that. And yeah, Bowblax has had many tweets of talking about stuff like this before, so it kind of just be like, okay.
Well, he'd tell like random community spurgs that he was non-binary too. Wasn't he like messaging community spurgs, hey, I'm non-binary?
Right.
Like
yeah,
that.
just
so
random people in our audience, random people in the chat. He was just reviewing this information to them.
Yeah, so it wasn't like super personal, like this is, I'm super safe. So that's, I didn't even notice that before, but that also is kind of a lie where he's trying to present this as like
you were the only person he felt comfortable with, and you betrayed him.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
Completely. So continuing on.
He says, I then showed him an image of me in a dress with one of my IRL queer friends to let him know people IRL accepted me and to give him an idea of my gender. Why the fuck would you need to do that?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. To give you an idea of my gender.
Yeah.
Like, what? And a picture of him in a dress. I mean, call me crazy. I feel like that's totally nuts. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that sending an image like that to you unprompted when you're not even really asking about that stuff is just kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, slow down, man. Like, I did not sign up to view this today.
Well,
like,
he definitely went very, very fast. And again, I mean, I didn't really care that much that he told me this at the time, but in context of everything else that I knew, like with his whole meltdown and his freak out on Nick and everything else I knew, it was definitely a lot more
concerning about Alex Gekmo.
And another thing that happened here, which he doesn't mention in this tweet, is that he also sent me a second part, which was...
Wait, proof of what? Proof of what? He thought Connor would hold him down because Connor himself is a flaming homosexual. Oh, dang.
That sending an image like that to you unprompted when you're not even really asking about that stuff is just kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, slow down, man. Like, I did not sign up to view this today.
Well,
like,
he definitely went very, very fast. And again, I mean, I didn't really care that much that he told me this at the time, but in context of everything else that I knew, like with his whole meltdown and his freak out on Nick and everything else I knew, it was definitely a lot more concerning.
about Alex Gekmo.
And another thing that happened here, which he doesn't mention in this tweet, is that he also sent me a second part, which was, there's like the image in of him in the dress. He also sent me another part where it was like him in a dress, and then he edited him in a dress next to a picture of him in a dress next to Keemstar, and he was like, dude, this would be so funny if this is public. Like,
what? What? What is going on? What? What is happening? He's editing pictures of him in a dress with Keemstar? Huh?
Part, which was, there's like the image in of him in the dress. He also sent me another part where it was like him in a dress, and then he edited him in a dress next to a picture of him in a dress next to Keemstar, and he was like, dude, this would be so funny if this is public. Like, a guy in a dress owned Keemstar. Like, isn't that so funny? Because he was on.
Yeah, wasn't he like fantasizing about like making out with them and be like, it would be so funny if me and Keemstar fucked and I like owned him.
Okay, I don't know if it went that far, but he did definitely.
He said something along those lines.
It definitely seemed like there was some sort of like some sort of like humiliation interest in the fact that if it was public that he was owning Keemstar while wearing a dress, that would be really funny.
Yeah, which is such a weird comment. And it's again, he's like almost getting into his fetishes with you unprompted.
Yeah, where it's like
that's unhinged.
Yeah,
okay.
It was just too much. And again, like I said, out of context, whatever. But explicitly, again, as I said earlier, after he told me all this, he gave me permission to share it. So we'll continue reading this statement and we'll get into all of it. But then he says,
I deleted it after he replied for safety reasons, but last night the existence of this leaked, and apparently Connor has shown a bunch of my ex-friends the image, despite me deleting it quickly, and him knowing I didn't want anyone else to know about the image.
Yeah, so obviously, complete lie. At the time during the call, he told me explicitly, as I said earlier, that I had permission to show and tell you anything that he talked about. And it is partially true that he did delete the images from the DMs. He actually did remove them. But the way that happened is not as he's saying. He didn't say he deleted it for his safety. He sent them to me pretty much unprompted. I was kind of shocked. I don't really recall saying much about it at the time. We talked a little bit more.
What are you supposed to say?
Like, he was also just rambling, saying a lot. And then towards the end of the call, he gave me explicit permission to share it, and then he decided to delete it because we were still kind of talking about Twitter versus things and work things.
You were his editor at the time, so you guys were mainly talking about content.
Yeah. I was like, So we were still talking about Twitter versus things, and the message immediately following that call actually is related to Twitter versus. And so he said like something along the lines that he didn't want it to be too distracting or too much in our DMs, so he just removed it from our DMs, but he still gave me explicit permission to show or to show it to you explicitly. So that's what I did.
Right. And here's the thing, right? I only showed it to 2 people. I feel like a lot of people have the impression that I just spammed this picture to every.
So, okay. I mean, I guess we'll see what Bobby says. Obviously, there's not going to be any proof for Bobby giving permission. It would seem crazy, but Bobby is that fucking stupid. Bobby is that fucking stupid. I can't imagine him saying, yeah, you can show it to Augie if you want. Augie will accept me.
Everybody in the community.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I was out of the community at the time. Like, I was off the internet, right? This was back in July, okay? The only people I showed it to were the 2 people that were there for Bowblax's mental breakdown with Nick, which was Nick himself and Aiden Projects, who was in call with Bowblax the entire time that conversation was taking place. So I shared it to them in context because they were both there for the mental breakdown. Both of them were concerned about Bowblax.
This is Cope.
I was like, holy shit. I just saw a picture.
This is Cope. It was a shocking picture. You thought it was funny and disgusting.
A Bowblax in a dress that he's sending to you amidst all this other craziness, right? Now you got this fucking thing on top of it. I mean, did I laugh? You know, obviously.
It's shocking.
It's a fucking picture of Bowblax in a dress. How do you not laugh at that? That's hilarious, right? But it's also deeply concerning at the same time. I kind of was like, oh, I recall like having a mix of emotions. I was like disgusted. I was laughing, but then I was like, what the hell's going on? Concerned? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Which
so
is
I sent it.
Probably the point of Bowblax sending that too is a little bit of that, because after he sent it to me, I definitely was having the same kind of reaction. And it was just like, okay.
All right. I saw it. I was just like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Why did this?
Can you imagine a more powerful trans duo than Bowblax and Aiden Project?
Thank you for the $5, Shimberly. Thank you.
It's have to be something that I've seen. You know what I mean? And I sent it to Nick and Aiden, and were laughs had? I mean, no fucking shit, right? But it wasn't like sending it to him because we're like, oh, let's prepare our big Bowblax stream now. Burn him now, or
how
whatever.
he framed it, where it was after the whole Bowblax stream. We're like, actually, you know something really funny that we have this whole time?
In his statement, he says Connor then showed it to a bunch of his ex-friends. We weren't his ex-friends at the time.
You guys were his friends. And another thing he does, too, is he says, I deleted it after he replied for safety reasons. He's also implying that this happened in a text conversation we were calling. So he doesn't even remember like any details of this.
I don't think he even remembers, if I'm giving him full credit, I don't even think he remembers giving you permission to show that picture to me.
Probably not, because like you said, I deleted after he replied as if I sent some sort of message. No, this was like a long...
Thank you for $5, Nate. Thank you.
About everything, including like...
That would just be Bowblax and Brittany Simon.
To show that picture to me.
Probably not, because like you said, I deleted after he replied as if I sent some sort of message. No, this was like a long, hour-long call that we had about everything, including like at the same time, one thing that drama was in at the time was the Mr. Beast Lava GS stuff, where he leaked a bunch of shit and all of his friends were feeling like really kind of like the lyrics talked about in his videos. His friends were like, oh, whoa, why is he leaking a bunch of shit about Mr. Beast and Lava GS? This was like the same, we talked about that in that same call.
Yeah, the irony of Bowblax crying about anything getting leaked after leaking the lyrics call, after leaking a bunch of stuff from Lava GS, which is a situation, admittedly, I don't really know anything about.
Yeah.
But
what happened? What did Bowblax what did Bowblax leak with Lava? What is any of that about? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, apparently he did that.
Like, secretly recorded Lava GS calling Mr. Beast on the phone and showed that around. One of the people he showed was me, along with other people.
Yeah.
And Lava GS ended up hearing about that and was like, what the fuck? So yeah, this was the exact same call that he was telling me about the Lava GS stuff. He also showed me this and then gave me permission to show it to you. So he doesn't even remember the specific details of the conversation. He's lying about the timeline that happened as if it was ex-friends. It just doesn't.
As if you held on to this picture for months and then showed it after we had burned the Bowblax Bridge.
To like
no,
dozens of people.
Yeah, that's not true. But I showed it to Aiden and Nick, who are actively engaged, people who engage in this community, and they were relevant people to show it to. And obviously, I guess.
Yeah, I know who Lava is. I didn't realize there was anything that happened with Bobby involving him. He recorded a private call with him and teased it to chat / played portions. Dude, what a fucking idiot. This guy wanna be Nick DiOrio so bad. He wanna be Nick DiOrio so bad. It's crazy. I've got this information. I can't. It's a nuke. I can't leak it to you guys. I can't leak it. It's a nuke. Here's a little bit. Here's a little bit. Except he's got no tact with it. He's got no idea what he's doing.
Guess they just talked about it to a bunch of people, right? Which, I mean, you know, I guess is unnecessary for them to talk about it to other people because, I mean, why do they need to do that? But at the same time, I hardly feel sympathy for Bowblax because it's like, dude, first of all, sending this picture in the first place is crazy. You know what I mean? Sending it to Connor like that is nuts. Having this fucking big mental breakdown, lying about people, recording the fucking lyrics, leaking a bunch of Lava GS shit. I mean, how the fuck could I feel, you know, bad about this for too long? It's like, dude, take some accountability, take some fucking.
Contemplating giving the photo to Kuihman and letting him decide. Aiden, I will make the most responsible, intelligent decision.
Responsibility, dude.
And on top of it, too,
Believe
me, he would have shown this to basically anyone behind the scenes that asked. He already had given me permission to share it to someone else, right, which was you, and he was offering this and more to Nick DiOrio. Which
he was telling random community spurks he was non-binary in their DMs, first DM.
Exactly. So it's not like this was some sort of really secret thing like he keeps trying to portray it as, where, you know, it was just like 1 or 2 friends he told this. There's no other context around it, and we were just the biggest assholes of all time to him. It's like, that's just not true. That's just completely just not true. He's like rebuilt this timeline of this framing, I think, to maliciously try to attack us. And I mean, thank God he deleted this tweet after I correctly called him out, but I don't know.
It's just so stupid, man. It's like, this is a situation where it's like, yeah, maybe he could have like a legitimate complaint about people just talking about his like,
or like knowing of it,
business or whatever.
Yeah.
But the way that he words it, he almost like smears you. He does like a smear attack on you, as if you're some guy that just outs, you know, gay people or something like that, right? Which is not, yeah, it's not the context just completely destroys that narrative, every possible bit of it. I mean, I guess if there's anybody you should be mad at, I guess it should be me because maybe, but even still, it's like,
he offered it to Nick. He already offered the same picture you showed to Nick, and then Aiden, I wouldn't be surprised.
Aiden's somebody he's confided to about a ton of shit.
Well, Aiden was there during the whole conversation.
Yeah,
he was guiding Bowblax to apologize to Nick behind the scenes. So Aiden was there along the whole way, the whole ride. So both of the people you showed were directly relevant, and probably people he also would have showed and told everything to.
Yeah,
I just got it because I think I was the only person who called Bowblax on voice during this time. A lot of people were just texting him, you know, checking up on him or whatever. I directly called him and I was hanging out with him kind of as a friend. So at that moment, I was the first person to just get it sent to me just as quickly as possible in a voice context. But again, him to act like that this would not have been something that he showed all the people who knew about it, and to frame me as just some sort of crazy asshole, it's just bullshit. It's malicious. It's completely malicious bullshit.
No, this was completely malicious. And he ends the statement off. He said he had to have screenshotted it instantly and lied to my face for weeks as he continued to pretend to be my friend. So this last part is just total fantasy.
Well, yeah, no wonder I actually did screenshot it because
I don't think this is malicious. I think he's just like, I think he's upset and lashing out. I don't think it's thought out enough to be truly malicious. I think he does genuinely feel this way. He had to have screenshotted it. I think this is how he recalls things happening roughly, and I think this is his read on it. He had to have screenshotted it instantly and lied to my face weeks to continue to pretend to be my friend. I think he's obviously hurt. He's hurt and he's freaking out. Even if it's not true, I think that is something he actually thinks. I think it's malicious.
He told me to share it with someone.
The fuck were you supposed to do?
Share it with someone. So I did. I think I was out of town at the time, so I didn't show you it in person directly. I sent it to you. I mean, yeah, no shit I did, but it's not me pretending to be your friend for weeks. You asked me to do it, so I did what you asked me to do.
Well, he acts like, he also puts like so much importance on like the fact that, you know, these are my friends, whatever, right? Bowblax, this is something I mentioned in the comments too. A lot of people, you know, in my recent Bowblax coverage, have almost been like very upset with me for talking so ill of my former friends. They think that because we were friends that I owe a much more immense amount of charity towards them than I've been giving him, right? And it's like, okay, if Bowblax, since like very much valued my friendship with him, don't you think he would have been reaching out to me like post drama? Like I never really cut the even after hours, like I never really cut him off.
Yeah.
You know, I did talk about his public actions like I would any other person, right? Just because you're my friend doesn't mean you get special privileges, or I mean, I have probably extended special privileges to friends of mine in the past.
Course, yeah,
but I don't really want to do that anymore.
You criticize them, that all of a sudden now you're an asshole, right? It's like you can criticize someone who's your friend. You can call them out,
obviously,
when they lie to you, right? That's another.
Yeah, he lied to me a bunch of times. So it's like if he valued my friendship, wouldn't he be trying everything he could to make amends, apologize for the lies, really take an effort to start telling the truth a little bit more? It feels like he just, as soon as like I started talking about the shit that he was doing publicly, you know, then he like, first of all, he blocked me in after hours. He, you know, started freaking out and stuff like that. And then he unblocked me a little bit and then blocked me again afterwards when he made this like phony apology and I called him out for that. It's like, okay, well, you know, do you really care that much, right? So it's like, I see a lot of people in the comments that are like, you should be way more nicer to Bowblax because he was your friend or whatever, right? It's like, bullshit. He should be honest to me.
Actually, he should have been nicer to you.
He should be more honest to me if he cares. Like, I mean, and even saying that just sounds gay. Like,
it's like,
if he cares about me, it's like.
But the truth is if we're having a conversation about caring, then we have to go to that level.
It's got to go both ways.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
I mean, and realistically, it doesn't matter that much. But if we're gonna go to that level, we have to care about this. Then well, let's talk about Bowblax's actions of him lying and being just a insane, delusional, like fucking bad friend in multiple different avenues.
He's getting eaten alive right now on Twitter. Mr. Medicare is tweeting about.
I just don't understand it. I showed a friend a picture of me in a dress with cum slot written in ruby red lipstick across my forehead. He started laughing and showed it to other people. Okay.
He's like, I just don't understand it. I showed my friends a picture of me in a dress with cum slut written in ruby red lipstick across my forehead.
Jim.
And he started laughing and showed it to other people. Which is not true. It did not
happen. That is not how it happened. But it is funny, but that's not how it happened.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, yeah. Well,
it also doesn't say that. That's not what
well, that's the part I was saying is not true. I mean, look, again, I did laugh.
Well, yeah, Augie shared it without permission, but Augie isn't the one that Bowblax is going after here, right? Connor's saying that he had permission. No, not white girls fuck dogs. Not right now. Not right now. Any other time. But yeah, Connor's the one who's getting shit for it, right? So if Connor had permission, then I mean, Bowblax's tweet is still wrong.
Okay. How do you not? Come on, dude. How do you not? You just be honest here, okay?
It's a very shocking picture to get. Very shocking picture to get.
And then Josh Moon, the owner of Kiwi Farms, says, I warned you, Bowblax. And yeah, Josh Moon, I guess, and Bowblax had like a big, they had like a beef or whatever on Twitter, where Bowblax made this very ill-informed tweet at Josh Moon, who's again the owner of Kiwi Farms, by the way.
Yeah.
He said, "Why are you disgusted that I don't hate all trans people, Lamau? You're weird as fuck, man." Which is like the soyest tweet of all time. You can tweet at Josh Moon,
owner of Kiwi Farms, by the way.
Josh Moon is not going to read a tweet like that and be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, damn, I need to change my ways or something. You know,
no.
Like, what the fuck are you thinking? You're just humiliating yourself. And also, you add yourself to Josh Moon's like personal, like all-time hit list. He literally returned to Twitter today. The first tweet he made, besides announcing that he's back, was fucking.
Dude, did you guys see this? Did you guys see Noel's appeal that got him unbanned from Twitter? Dude, they are actually. Elon is actually trying to help the Indians out so bad. So Josh Moon, Noel, owner of KF, put in a request to be unbanned from Twitter after being banned for essentially supporting the World War II Nazis, saying that the world would be a better place if, yeah. And then today he came back and his appeal was, please help me, sir, I'm Indian, I'm fucking Indian, please help me, sir, I'm Indian, I'm fucking Indian, please help me, sir, please help me, I'm fucking Indian. So right now, if you just say you're Indian and beg for help in a Twitter appeal, you will be unbanned. You will be unbanned from Twitter.
His suspension appeal, and then right after that, immediately he's like, "Yeah, Bowblax, you're cooked."
So he was on the hit list for all time. There's no point in doing that.
Yeah, Bowblax, you know, he just can't stop lying.
No,
you know,
terrible tweet, bad lies. It's the second time he's done this now.
And it's like, even in a situation where he could actually garner some sympathy for himself, he can't help it but just completely twist the narrative and lie about it, attacking you, like disingenuously smearing you.
Yeah.
You know, because right now, obviously, nobody's really on his side. But if this gets picked up by like other, you know, communities or whatever, like, I don't know, fucking H3 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the whole narrative now is that the commentary community is a bunch of like evil people that will out you or something like that. You know what I mean? It's shit that I personally don't care about, right? I don't really give a fuck about this community,
this weird,
this framing exactly. But you know, that's just me or whatever, right? I'm sure Nick doesn't want to be labeled as that.
We need more H1B visas to get more fantastic Twitter moderation. White people are just not capable. That's unironically true. That's unironically true, because white people will not do it for a low enough pay to moderate all the content that is on these platforms. So yeah, if you want your platforms to continue working the way that they do, which you do, which most people in the US do, you still need H1B visas. Once again, proving the exact point I made to you earlier, which is that people are actually happy with the way it is in a lot of cases because they want benefits that come further down the line. They actually don't care about white culture that fucking much. Yeah, they would rather their shit works properly for a low price.
Want to be labeled as that?
It's a lie. I mean, if it was
it's
true,
a lie.
If it was true, I'd say, well, sure. But what he said is a lie. I'm not going to be, you know, he's trying to twist this narrative and garner sympathy for himself, probably to sell his failing plushies by lying about
44 sold, by the way.
By lying about the nature of our interactions. So typical Bowblax at this point.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, all he has to do is shut up, read the tweets, stop lying, stop being weird as fuck, okay? Yeah. Maybe take off the dress, okay? I'll personally fucking add that one in there. That's me. That's coming from me personally, RFC, Augie RFC. If anyone wants to attack this fucking community for being a phobic or whatever, sure, fucking throw that shit my way. But it's like, dude, like, first things first, just stop fucking lying, you know? Stop just completely shitting the bed and just tell the fucking truth for once. Or better yet, shut the fuck up and just make some content or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody will buy your plushie or something. I don't know. Whatever gets fulfillment, man. Well, you know, besides.
Okay.
Not sexually.